Paul is talking about the race, and here he's saying, so run that we may obtain. That means there is a way you can run that race, living your life and your destiny, that you live a defeated life. He says, so run that we may obtain. Who is understanding me tonight? So everyone, according to scripture, is running a race. That life and destiny is likened to a race. And the tragedy is that already there are people who are wasting their time and will unfortunately waste their time. They are not wasting their time not because they are not in the field. They are wasting their time because there is a recommended strategy that guarantees victory. Are we together now? And that from the start of the race, if you do not deploy that strategy, it's already predicted that you will waste your time. So Paul says, so run. Who is understanding me so far? We're discussing Hebrews chapter 12 now and verse 1. So he says, seeing then, he's talking to athletes in the spirit, men who are running, that we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses. These witnesses ran their race. There is a reason why they are called witnesses. They ran with a formula that was given to them and they won. Not everyone who died is a witness. No, not everyone who died qualifies to be called the cloud of witnesses. The cloud of witnesses, a few of them are archived in Hebrews 11. The Bible calls them elders. And the reason why they are called elders was that they obtained. That's what made them elders. It was not that they were old, because some of them died young. That they ran in such a way, some young, some old. Some did not receive promises, but they obtained good reports. Are we together now? So he's teaching us how to run. This is Paul's theme. Please don't lose this. We're coming to Jesus, but Paul is saying, I want to teach you how to run in a way that you win. I want to teach your life and your destiny a strategy that guarantees dominion, guarantees victory, guarantees that your life becomes a plus, an addition to the program of God. And he says the first orientation is that you realize that you are in a race. There is an attitude an athlete has that one who is strolling around the street does not have. Are we together? When an athlete is there, even if the athletes will lose, there is first concentration and seriousness. Are we together now? Then he says, so run. Someone shout, I will run. One more time, say, I will run. Like you'll be learning tonight, some of you are already off the path. You are running somewhere else, and you are in that category that Paul says these people are just running, but that there is one who will win. He says, so run. So Paul here is speaking within the context of a race. And I told you that the word race is a capture of the entire lifespan of any man. For as long as you are alive, Paul says you are running. Whether you realize or not, whether you prepare or not, that every passing second is likened to an individual who is running a race. And that some have been able to run that race so effectively. They ran and they won. He calls them the cloud of witnesses. Then he says, seeing that we are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses that is so great, he's giving you the tools that will help you run. He says, let us lay aside every weight. If you realize that you are running, lay aside every weight, because the lighter you are is an advantage. He says, let us lay aside every weight. Listen now, and the sin that doth easily beset us. In other words, the problem with that condition is that it impedes your pace to move. Easily beset us. Then he says, when you are done, he says, run with perseverance the race that is set before you. Then he now says, looking unto Jesus. So we are in a race. Do we agree?